from Y10 batch. My roll number is Y10UC270, and I've done my engineering in electronics and communication. A decent pointer or something. But I was never sure that I want to continue something in engineering. So I started exploring what else I can do because I have so much interest in social impact space. Basically at that time, social impact space and business. That's what was in my mind. So I applied for some fellowships. I got into a few. Then I took one fellowship. It's called IDEX. So IDEX, actually fellowships sometimes are very good point to start when you really don't know what to do. So I took IDEX, which is a 6-month fellowship program in which they select people from all over the world, from all over the globe, from US, from Africa, from Asia, from China, from different countries, and they place people in some not-for-profits and for-profit social enterprises. So just let me define what are social enterprises. Social enterprises are those for-profit companies which try to deal something with low and mid-low income people. Okay, but we are for-profit. Social enterprises are for-profit. They can be a not-for-profit which don't charge anything, but social enterprise charge something for the exchange of the good that they are doing. So basically I have a lot of interest, so I thought, okay, let's go into IDEX. I was working with a microfinance institution, Axion. What is microfinance? Just a little bit of understanding. Microfinance is basically, have you heard of Mohammed Yunus from Bangladesh? Some people may have, it's Grameen Bank. So what is microfinance is, you give very small microcredit loan, micro debit loan, it's called microfinance. Very small amount of loan. Like, see, bank don't give you 2,000 rupees or 1,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees to a low income or mid-low income if they don't have any asset to prove that. So what generally these microfinance institutions do, they target very extremely low and mid-low income people. It's exciting. So I joined, I was working there for 6 months as a fellowship period, because in fellowship we are asked to work with some social enterprise and social impact organization. Not-for-profit in India, Axion is a not-for-profit in India, but in US, all over the world, is a for-profit social enterprise where they give loans to low, mid-low income, and especially moreover to women, because women are more trustworthy. So after doing this fellowship by December 2014, I have completed my BTech in May 2014. It's like, what next? Should I go back and start coding and do something in engineering? What I was doing was something that I'm really passionate about. So I am a feminist, women rights activist, animal rights activist, and I want to do something in education which can tie up and help solve all these problems. So I come into this very interesting opportunity, which is by Grey Matters Capital. It's a US-based fund and foundation which is working in India to create social enterprises, a for-profit social enterprises, and still give something to mid-low income. So what, in very simple sense, what I do is, I design products using open educational resources like Khan Academy. How many of you heard of Khan Academy, or like YouTube channels which teach you something about math skills, blah blah blah, addition? Can we use these tools to teach somebody whom they don't have any good teachers? So that was the main idea. Can we curate something, give something to mid-low income or low income people and still charge something so that we become sustainable? So that was the main idea. So I started working on basically creating these type of products. After school product, which is like after school they come to our center and do something, or maybe creative stuff like coding. There's a very interesting project which is started by MIT. It's called Scratch, and there is another very exciting initiative started by Facebook and Google. It's called Code.org. So can we offer something, this kind of thing to our kids, maybe translating first level of contextualization, translating those assessments, those coding questions into Bengali or into Kannada, where I was working in Karnataka and Calcutta. That's what we have done, and we gave these things to kids, and kids were enjoying that. Kids were coding from an early age, like 4 or 5 years or something. Similarly, kids were using tablets to do drawing, blah blah blah. So that's what my main background is. That's what I do basically in education with very small kids, grade 1 to 7, grade 1 to 8, max to max. Let's come to the talk. What I will discuss something about you, how you can find a job which you are passionate about. It's a very interesting question. How many of you think that you guys are passionate about something? Are you passionate about something? Yes. So if you are passionate about something, it's not necessary, still hear my argument, it's not necessary that you follow your passion in your work. And it's not necessary everybody is privileged enough to follow their passion. If you have a privilege to buy a guitar because you are passionate about playing a guitar, then remember that you should help someone else also who cannot buy the guitar and follow their passion. This whole passion thing. So let's come down to and start talking about some how to make a living basically, and like a lot of people get bogged down and try to find out. Oh shit, it's not working. How to make a living. So this is very interesting guy. It's called Sagar Tandon. He's god of marketing. Some people say. He's written two very beautiful books. One is called Permission Marketing. Another book he has written is called Try to Lead. He said one very interesting quote in one of the podcasts which I was listening on my phone. He said, "I've never met someone who said too many people know my ideas. I am too well connected." Just note it down. Many people know my ideas. It means that you are sharing your ideas. You are telling that I am doing something. I know this. This is my idea. Don't put your ideas in silos. Don't say that I don't want to share your ideas. Share your ideas. So many people know my ideas. I am too well connected. When it says well connected, it means that your connections were like, for example, this guy wants to do in journalism something 2 years back. And if he really wants to do something in journalism, can you make some connections in journalism? That I really want to be a good writer. I'll go in all the workshops, all the seminars which are related to literature, and I talk to thousands of journalists. And I'm telling you, and if he is sharing his idea of starting his own online newspaper, and he is now well connected, I'm telling you, he'll never be screwed in his life. He will never be unemployed. Even if there is economic crisis, even if there is downfall in the financial system, he may be fail in his business, but people will offer him something because he's well connected. People know that he has some good ideas, and people know that he can deliver something. And then it says, the tribe holds so much esteem on me. The tribe holds so much esteem on me means, what is tribe? So it's a very interesting thing where next slide I'll talk about its belief. It's like, if people believe what you believe, then you will, it says, if people believe what I believe and you follow that belief, understand? Like, I have some belief that animals should be protected. You are agreeing on my belief. You will tell 10 other people also about my belief. That's how you create a tribe. That's how you create a movement. When you tell some people who believe what you believe, then they will take your idea and take it to the next level and tell 10 people. If I told 10 people, you tell 10 people, so 10 into 10 is 100, and then 100 people will profile it to do 10 again. It's 1,000 people. That's how movements or tribes are created. So it says, when you are well connected, you have shared your ideas, and these people believe what you believe, then the tribe holds so much esteem on me or you, but I cannot make a living. This is impossible. That's what he is saying. I have never met someone who said too many people know my belief, ideas, I am too well connected, the tribe holds so much esteem on me, but I cannot make a living. It's impossible. It's impossible that if you do these things and you are still unemployed. It's practically impossible, I am telling you. In any part of the world, even if you are in Eastern Europe where there is high economic crisis, if you are in Greece also, if you are in India living in Bihar, if you have these kind of things, if you have these kind of skills, if you make people believe what you believe and you connect to good people and you share your ideas, if you do your best, then you are never unemployed. That's what I want to tell you. I never met someone who said, so many people read my free ebook, but I cannot make a living. Sometimes it's good enough to do some things for free. Tell people, like blogs, if you are interested. You are so much interested, for example, in biotechnology. You read hundreds and thousands of articles, but you fail to publish your own research paper. Why not consolidate 10,000 good papers and give to a good conclusion, even if it is not published, publish on a blog. And tell people, okay, I have written 20 pages of this, and share with people that you think they will read. Or maybe ask people to read. You are my friend, give me a good feedback what you think about this. It's okay. You have shared what you have created. It's not necessary to always get recognized. But if this thing happens, you're never going to be unemployed, and it's never going to be possible that you not make a living. So what to work on? If you see when I was talking about that code, 4 things that really are important is work on your personal portfolio. When I say personal portfolio is even if you are in research, you are in management, you are in social sector, you are in journalism, you are in education and whatever. Do some small projects. Even in like engineering, I'll say, you do BTP, do small projects. Like small projects, like for example, you have a lot of interest in microelectronics, for example. Can you do small microelectronics projects using microelectronics and IoT? Even if it is not being published, it's not necessary that you always publish research paper for the sake of publishing research paper, no. It's also for creating something valuable for the community and share with people. Maybe test with people. For example, you have created something using microelectronic sensors and using some IoT and it's for the hearing aid. Just go and test with 5 people who cannot hear. Can you help them something? 20%, 10%, 15%. That's it. And keep on doing your personal portfolio. Small projects. If you have done something, write blog about it. Post videos about it. What you are doing. Tell people small projects, keep on doing it. In your engineering, in your research. And even if you are like moreover towards the industry type, management side, do that. For example, I have a lot of interest in education and I want to curate something, so I keep on doing small projects. Oh, math games, I'll help you out something. Well, I'll help you doing some translations in Hindi because I can understand Hindi, but your whole team cannot understand Hindi, so why not? I can do that. Very simple things, not very complicated. But you keep on adding. So when you are writing your resume, you can say, apart from what college has asked me to do something on projects, I have done 10 projects myself. I give you a very interesting example of one of my friends, I won't take his name. His pointer was not very good. He's one of my best friends, and he was struggling to find a job. One interesting thing that he has done that I realized later, he had made one app, which is web app, expense manager. Expense manager app, basically how to manage your expenses. It's not complicated, but he used some SQL, he has used some JavaScript, backend Java, blah blah blah. And then he was not able to find a job, so I asked him, okay, you come to my home, find a job for 1 month, apply in startups, you are a good coder, you can code, just show this project. And he was also like, I made this project just to show. Because my pointer is solo, people don't believe that I can do something. So what else I have is my project, which is expense manager. And he went to 2 companies. Do you know what 2 companies said? First company rejected it, but what they said? It's impossible that you can make this app. It's so complicated. How you can make it? Even one of our finest coders can also not do it. And the second company believed it, and they hired him. Just 1 month, applied in 2 jobs, and he got selected. Just because of one thing. Nobody has seen his resume. Nobody has seen what he has done in his past. Nobody has seen just his personal portfolio, his personal project. Another interesting example, which I have not met Harsh Kumar for a long time, is from your Y12 batch, Y11 batch. I don't know that he's so creative in creating those digital art. Somebody, you just go on Facebook, follow Harsh Kumar, he posts so wonderful creative arts, which even I have seen from Srishti Design College and from some other Mumbai design based schools, because I have been in connections with a lot of designers who design graphic designs, visual designs. Nobody designs so well. He has completely failed in his BTech. In some sense, he is not able to perform good, for whatever reasons, whatever. But he has found his creative element, worked on his personal portfolio, made a lot of graphic designs, and as soon as he was passed out, got a job. Simple as that. And it can be applied anywhere. It can be applied in your coding, it can be applied in your research, can be applied whatever you want, even if you want to do management. I can tell you interestingly, so when I was applying for fellowship, I started this initiative which people call me for, because of that people call me controversial, but it's called Let's Stop Sexism. Even I was not successful in proliferating this idea that sexism needs to be stopped and not done so good about it. But when I used to tell that story to people, then I started this initiative as my personal portfolio project. Everybody appreciated it. And that's where I felt like, okay, most of the fellowships where I have applied, they're here. So, portfolio can be of any form. Your research project, your initiative, your whatever. Okay. Gain more respect. So what you do, you create respect among people. You create self-worth. And that self-worth can only be created if you do good personal portfolio. if you create something good, valuable for it, for yourself, for the community to whom you are showing. Okay, so gain more respect in their eyes, because if you, for example, Amit Yogi sir is sitting here and you have done some phenomenal job in something in biotechnology and you keep on telling him, and he really felt that you have done something great, probably he'll come to you and say that, why don't you apply in this university and do some research? He will do that, because you have gained respect from him. So that is so important sometimes. Then create your own belief system, as I said. People believe what you believe. People follow if they believe what you believe. That's it. I'll take it further, the belief system. Make meaningful and deep connections. A lot of people, especially in engineering management, we all know that networks are a net worth in this 21st century, so better make deep connections. And this thought one of my mentor when I was in IDEX Fellowship. So he used to work with one venture philanthropy, which is a very big fund. And I can tell you his salary also, so that you feel that he's a big mentor. His salary was like 58 lakhs per year in India, sitting in Bangalore. And he used to tell me this thing always. Networks are your net worth in this 21st century. And that's how he used to earn money, just by doing proper networking, just raising funds from good people. That's what his job was. Networks are very important, even in your research, even in your startup phase, even if you want to start something completely ridiculous and radical that people don't believe, but if you have good connections, 10 people who are like big shots believe, you have met them in some conference, you met them in some workshop, you have met them somewhere as a professor, you met them in some university. Make those connections. Never forget them. Deep connections, when I say, every year. Happy New Year, sir. Happy Christmas. Happy Diwali. Like when you need a favor, you can ask them. Because you are still connected with them. You are not like, oh, you helped me once, now I forgot you. You didn't help me once, then also I forgot you. That does not make sense. Then you are not valuing that human relationship. Always value that human relationship and make deep connections. That is important. Golden circle, so let's talk about beliefs. People who believe in what you believe will take your cause and make it their own. That's what I said. So if it is my cause to solve a healthcare problem, and 10 people sitting here whom I feel that they are caliber enough to work with me, and they feel what I believe, I'll ask them, let me help me out, let's work together and create this belief system, let's solve this problem. That's how companies work, that's how Apple works. They have created a whole belief system. People believe in Apple products because they want to believe. It's not like you cannot sell just by telling features. That's where I'll come. Like, you cannot say that just buy because I want to give you. That does not work. People will buy only if they are willing to buy. That's important. If they are agreeing to your beliefs. They will become influencers of your beliefs and try to spread your beliefs. And it's very interesting. This is very interesting because they are not just passive listeners who agree. Like, for example, Umang Sahgal agrees with me, for example, on education. He's just not agreeing because he feels what Sagar is doing is so intense, I should tell this thing to 10 other people. Then he becomes the influencer. He helps you grow that network. He helps you gain that respect. He helps you make that personal portfolio. So their beliefs helps. Beliefs is always important. Most of the people don't even think about beliefs. I'm telling you, beliefs are the most important thing if you want to create something incredible, if you want to prove your self-worth in this life, if you want to prove that you're something very important, and you should be if you're sitting here. Should tell. And everybody has its unique caliber. Why not? So everybody should be a leader, even if you are a researcher or a scientist. It's not like for the management people who become. The goal is not to sell who need what you have. Nobody is going to do that. Nobody is going to buy what you have. The goal is to sell who believe what you believe. And remember, nobody is going to buy. Not everybody is going to buy. That is a bullshit argument. You don't think that if you are doing something on biotechnology and there are 15 biotechnology professors, all 15 going to agree on it. No. You just need to break through your research paper if more than 50% agrees. That's it. Done. You're good enough. People don't buy what you do it, they buy why you do it. That's so important. So So I'll come to the golden circle now. What is golden circle? Even I mentioned that we'll discuss something about golden circle is. This is why part, how part, and what part. Everybody focuses, even in your research, even in management, even in engineering, you always say these are the features, these are the things, these are the subjects, these are the things that I want to do it. You want to make a robot, don't make a robot with features. Make a robot because you want to make a robot and to solve what you want to solve. What's the purpose of that robot? It's not just to add features that can fly, it can do sensors thing, it can do blah blah blah. I don't care. I just don't care. Nobody gonna care. It looks fancy when Samsung releases its phone, but now if you see Samsung is on demise right now. Nobody is ready to buy Samsung. Because other 10,000 companies can also give the same features, but nobody can give what Apple is giving. It's very complicated. It's where comes the why part. So what part is what features you offer. So every organization, if you see as a person also if you want to be successful, every organization or person on the planet know what they do. You know what you are doing. You really know what you are doing. You are doing engineering. For God's sake, you know. These are the products they sell or the services they offer. Means like, for example, as an engineer, you're working in an IT company, these are the services that you are doing as a person don't make you successful. Those are the features, just the features. How part is, some organizations or people know how they do it. How you're going to do it. For example, if you're working in an IT service company, you know how to do it. You are going to use Python, you're going to use some technology platform to do your services and give something to the people that they're expecting something from you. Same with the companies there. For example, Samsung makes phones with 13 megapixel camera with 4 GB or 6 GB of RAM with Android OS. These are the features. How they want to do it? On an Android platform, maybe on using technology. On what? Basically on a mobile phone. That is how. But why this is diluted in Samsung? That's what I feel. It's like why part? Very few organizations know why they do what they do. It's so important. Why is not sure about money making. It's not about selling those features or having that money or profits from it. That's just a result. Don't confuse that, because that's why what people do is you focus on what and you focus on your outcome, which is profit. It's not necessarily. And same, when you make connections, when you do personal portfolio, it's not always, that's why I said, it's not always that you become successful. It's not. It's never the outcome should be like, need to be profit making. You do because what you believe what you want to do. Just do it. That's so important. Especially making connections. People make bad choices, because I was mentoring one girl, she was from US, and I used to keep on telling her one thing, and maybe you guys won't understand. Whenever you go for a meeting to do partnerships, don't always ask the first question, what will be the pricing of your product? Never. Just try to get engaged with them, try to make good connections, try to understand why they are doing what they are doing, how you can relate to it, and then understand, okay, this thing is not working because you are very expensive, but still we two together can do something and keep on having that relationship, because you never know who's gonna help you. Because हिंदी में भी कहावत हम लोग हमेशा बोला जाता है, कब कौन काम आएगा आपको पता नहीं है, you just don't know. So just keep it as a thumb rule. So why that's it's a purpose, cause, or belief. So this is very important. That why part, why you exist, why your existence matters so much on as a human being, what you want to do. That's so important. It's the very reason for your organization, you also exist, I would say. Okay. What about beliefs? It's pretty much that's what I want to cover, but just one more thing, when I've included something about I'll include something about passion. Passion, always remember, it's a privilege. Because you have money, you have something that you can do. It's not necessary that everybody can do it. One more thing about passion is, passion should be and always should follow this. There are community needs, always. It's like there is something that humanity wants, there is something that businesses want, but there is some need. Basically, I call it community needs. And there is something called your passion. That, do you know where the true potential is? Here. This is so important, right? This is the true potential that passion you should follow. And when you follow that passion, give back to people, those who cannot follow that passion. Okay, that's so important. Because passion is always a privilege, and just don't get bogged down with this thing that you need to follow your passion in your work. It's okay. It's okay what you do in your work, because most of the work in this world, 100% people cannot follow their passion. It's not possible because a lot of work is mundane. It's regular, it's same, it's boring. It's okay, it means we have a passion of adopting dogs. Adopt dogs outside your work. It's not necessary that you adopt dogs, that you want to work with dogs only in your life. It's okay. You can do some not-for-profit initiatives. As I said, personal portfolio. You have interest in making Android apps, but for God's sake, you're working with a company which makes iOS apps. It's okay. You make Android apps. Who's going to shun you? No, nobody will shun you. Just do that. That is important. That's it from my side. So one thing that I'll say, that one of the professors, when he came from IT Mandi, he said, which stuck in my mind for last 3 years, 4 years, is engineering, when you come to engineering, it's not about learning facts and figures. It's not. It's about learning how to learn. If you learn how to learn, you'll go anywhere and you can learn. And tell you something, I'm not good or perfect at anything. I'm not. I'm seriously not. I can read about human rights one day, another day about economic crisis, another day about finance, another day about management, another day about quantum computation, another day about quantum physics, another day about electronics, another day about coding. It's okay. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at anything. But I can learn how to learn. So wherever I need to apply that knowledge or learning, you can do that. That learning mindset you need to develop. So that's all my talk about. If you guys have any questions, you can reach it to me anytime. My official mail ID, I like my personal mail ID, RSSD. And if you have an interesting idea, if you work on personal portfolio, just drop me a message, drop me a mail. If I like that idea, I'll spread to 10 other people. That's all I can do. Okay? All the best. That's all I can say. Thanks.
Any questions?
Any questions? Is it not complicated? Is it was very complicated? Whatever I said. Was it complicated? Whatever I said. Any questions? Anybody has?
फेलोशिप के बारे में बताइए। फेलोशिप के बारे में आपके एक्सपीरियंस।
हाँ, so मैं कुछ और fellowships के नाम भी लिख देता हूँ if somebody is interested, very much interested, but really है. One is called AIF, where I got acceptance, so I can recommend it to somebody. I got offer from IDEX. I got offer from Teach for India. One is Gandhi Fellowship. Another is Young India Fellowship, where I got rejected. Another fellowship which recently started is called VIF, Vision India Fellowship. It's of 3 years, it's of 1 year, it's of 2 years, it's of 2 years, 6 months, 1 year. Okay. Fellowship, my experience was fantastic, phenomenal. Whatever I have discussed with you guys, I've learned from there, making deep connections. I met so many people. I tell you something, I've never submitted my resume where I'm working. I've never submitted my degree. I'm coming here after 1.5 years to take my degree also. Because people believe what I believe, and they felt I believe in what they believe, and they just said, okay, come work with us. So my experience was very good. I got connected with at least 20-30 social enterprises. I worked on small projects with some organizations based out of Atlanta, Georgia, with some women entrepreneurs. So it's good experience. So basically what IDEX is, they provide you a platform where you get connected with a lot of other social enterprises, a lot of social placement organizations, a lot of people, enthusiastic people from all over the world. दुनिया से लोग आएंगे, मतलब America, Africa. So मेरे cohort में at least people from 21 nations were there. Predominantly America, India, and Africa. It was very interesting. Right now also, I got, like, by chance, I got an exposure to live with one African and one American. So it's like I always call AAA, African, Asian, American. So 3 continents, black, brown, white people living together. And like, it's good experience that everybody should have in this globalized, this cultural thing. Any other question? Any question?